Hello my friends, welcome back. So as you can see here, we're going to do the dreamcatcher mold. So what I've done here is I've already started brushing some mica powder, and what I'm doing, I'm going to try some different ones of these. But for now, I'm going to try this, and I'm going to make it this part as simple as I can, because we're actually going to put the whole thing together at the end of it, beads and all. So rather than have a 2-hour video, you guys know how to brush mica powder on molds. I'm going to show you guys a little bit here. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to kind of do a variegated colors here, not just the same colors. So I have the blue violet color shift. I think I'm going to use I think I might use the train. You guys hear the train? Okay, I think we might do the papaya whip. So we got blue violet, we'll do papaya whip, and we'll do those two to start with. We might throw some gold in with it. Alright, so we're going to do the papaya whip next. You guys are going to have to let me know how this audio is, if it's any better. I got me a microphone. I tried to do the microphone on the wireless one, but apparently my phone lacks something that it needs to have to do it. So I had to get a different one. But we'll see how this one works. See if you guys can hear me any better. Hopefully. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush this mica powder in here. And then I'm just going to pour black resin over the whole thing. Now I may have to do this in 2 different pours because my leveling table is not big enough to hold both molds. Both the top and the bottom. So we're going to do, for now we're just going to do this one. Now next time I do this, I have my that other mold that has the feathers on it. And the feathers on it are so detailed. But I like the top part of this one. The dreamcatcher part itself. So what we might do is grab this right here. Take this feather, and we might substitute them and hang them from it instead on the next one. So that's an idea. But this time we're just going to use the ones that come with it. That way if anybody has this mold, you kind of know how to put it together. You kind of know how to put it together. And I'm just taking some of this from over here, because I don't want it all. I have so much of it in here. Like I said, we're just going to pour it. I got my new resin. I have the Let's resin. It is a thicker resin. So it will cure better in these thinner molds. It recommends no more than a 1/2 inch deep, which is just right about what this is exactly. Might be a little less than a 1/2 inch, but so it's made for this. So this is exactly what this is for. It's made for the thinner pores, not the deeper pores. And my work time with the resin, with the other resin, the Clearcast 7000, the thinner resin, I have a 45-minute work time, which is not bad. Really not bad. Not a bad work time. But with this one here, I only have a 20-minute work time. So I want to have everything completely done on this part before we even start mixing resin. Alright. I think we're going to take some of this gold here. We're going to do a little bit of it in gold. Get down in there. Get in there, get in there. How we doing tonight, guys? Everybody having a good night? Glad you guys liked the little bottles the other night. Everybody was like, oh, thank goodness I had those. And everybody had some great ideas with them. Although my idea right now, I can't get it out of my head, is a ship in a bottle. And if you remember on my Temu haul, so I'm trying to do this one, and it didn't, I tried it with UV resin, but have the little ship. So I kind of want to try to make this little ship, but like I said, I tried him with UV resin, and he kind of worked. So I kind of want to put this in one of those little bottles. So we'll see. I can't get that out of my head that I want to ship in a bottle. I don't know why. Maybe because as a kid I was always fascinated by that. I was like, how'd they get that ship in that bottle? But several people had talked about the scrolled up note Halloween bottles and putting like you can print out little labels that say Eye of Newt, Horn of Toad, or something. I don't know. Crazy things on them, you know. Which I think would be fun. Alright, I think we're going to do one big gold feather here in the center. Like I said, this is going to be the first part of this. So hopefully this resin will cure enough I can do the other part of it. I thank everybody who's watching my channel. Really appreciate all the viewers, guys. We're over 700, on our way to 1,000. I think I'm silly, I know. I know. We have several new resin mold addicts joining our group. We also just recently had a birthday. So I will tell you, she knows who she is. She knows. Happy birthday. Hope it was wonderful. I know it's late. I told her happy birthday, though. She let me know. So I wish her to let her know. I wanted to wish her happy birthday. We were trying to determine if she's 21 again. Or still. So she didn't think she wanted to go back to 21. Can't say I blame her. Now, if you could go back, know what you know now. Boy. Would you change anything, guys? Or would you just do it all the way it's done? The way it's happened so far? I think I would have changed a few things. For sure would have, when my husband noticed the sore on his foot, we sure would have pursued it harder, sooner. Because right at first it was kind of like, oh, we told his doctor, but they didn't really do anything. And I feel like if I would have known then what I know now, yeah, I would have made him do more early on. Maybe they could have saved the leg. we didn't know near the stuff we did toward the end about diabetes. When I first got with him, all we were told most of the time were, don't eat sugar. Nobody told us we needed to watch the carbs until a few years later, and then we started learning about carbs. And eventually he got a insulin pump and a blood sugar glucose monitor that did it automatically, which he said was his guardian angel, because he had been sticking his fingers for years, checking his blood sugar, and you know, you do it for 30 years, 40 years, after a while you're tired. You're like, I'm just tired of doing it. That's what he said, I'm just tired of sticking my finger. Tired of poking myself with a needle. And I understood. So when he got the insulin pump and the monitor, it was perfect. Alright. Look at it everywhere. Because I just shook the excess off. What I'm going to do here right quick. So I was looking online, and somebody said that this takes, for the whole thing, 5 ounces of resin. But does that sound right, guys? I would think this part right here alone would take almost that. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I'm just, usually I make up too much resin anyway. So if this and this takes 5.5 ounces, what do you think? 3 ounces here? I'm going to do 4 ounces of resin here. So I'm going to mix up 4 ounces and see what we got. I'll put you guys on a pause. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Okay? Okay, guys, we're back. So we're going to pour this. Okay. I was going to pour this in a smaller container, but I'm like, these are big enough I can do these, alright? But when I get ready to do the top part, I'm going to pour it into a different container with a better end. A better spout, because this one just runs down the side. Can you see how much thicker this resin is than my normal resin? The Clearcast 7000 is a very thin resin, which is nice for getting into all the little crevices, but it is a deeper pour resin. And like I said, I've had issues with the shallower pours not curing as well with this deeper pour resin. So and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pour this right in the center. And we're going to let it run out here to these edges. We're going to use our micro brush here to get it all in all these little rings all the way around. This actually might take about 5.5 ounces, because this, I mixed up 4 ounces of resin here. And these are not quite full. They're pretty close. So let me set this down here for a minute. I'm going to run these around. Kind of help them out around here. Okay. Come out here. I overfilled this one. It's alright, we're trying to get down in all these little crevices here. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna put the whole thing together because I want to see how it goes together. It looks like it's gonna go pretty easy, honestly. It doesn't look bad. I was kind of checking it out. They said the hardest part, a lot of people that I've noticed that made comments said that the top part's the hardest part to get good because it's so, the little lines are so thin up there. But that's where this comes in handy. And I'm not going to put any, it's just going to be strictly black up there. So I'm not putting any color in it or anything. So what we can do is we can actually spray the mold with a little bit of alcohol before we pour the resin in. And maybe that'll keep it from getting in the, make it get into the grooves a little better. Yeah, we can make it get in the grooves a little better. Alright. Yeah, about 3.5 ounces actually. So, yeah, I'm going to say it's pretty close to 5.5, maybe 6 ounces. Because I made, like I said, I made 4 ounces of resin. I got about a half an ounce left. And, yeah, I got about a half an ounce left. Everything here's, now this one could use a tiny bit more. Let's say everything here is pretty full. See if I can squeeze a little bit more into any of these. This one might. Because we know resin pulls back when it cures. I'm going to retract some. Alright. So, I don't know what we're going to pour here. Something easy. Something small and easy. Something small and easy here. Here we go. I'm just going to pour that over here. Okay. Just pouring around the edge of this little coffee cup mold. Alright. Now, this one here. Okay, we're going to scrape it across. scrape it off into the silicone here. Onto my silicone mat. Make it easier to clean up. Alright. Okay, so I think we are about done here. I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to clean up my cups and everything. And we'll be back when it's time to demold this one and pour the other one. So, alright guys, we'll be back. Hello my friends, welcome back. Alright, so this one is cured. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I've already got my resin mixed up here, because I don't have a very long work time on it. Alright. So we're just going to pour this in. We're going to do like we did the last one, we're just going to pour it all over it. And then we're going to scrape it over the top, just to make sure that it all went down in. Ah. Okay. So we're going to work this around in all these little crevices here. Alright. We're just going to pour it on here. Alright. Now we're going to take the popsicle stick here. And we're going to spread it around. Okay. It's about the easiest way that I can figure out how to do this. It's messy, don't get me wrong, it's going to be a messy way. But just kind of pushing all this in here. Alright, we're going to brush it off onto the silicone here, because it's easy to clean up off of it. Alright. Okay. Now, we're going to scrape this excess off, or try to here. Excuse me. Okay. This is a mess. But I got it all in here, guys. So we'll be back tonight to demold it. See you then, guys. Bye. Hey, guys. Alright, so time to put our dreamcatcher together. It is demolding time. I just move this out of the way. So here's the top. Do that in a minute. Get these out of here. Alright, so we're going to lay these kind of as they come out, because this is the easiest way to figure it out to put this thing together. Okay. Turn them all over here in just a minute and see what they look like. Okay, so these are there. This is the fun part here, getting this one out. Oh, it's actually coming right out. Now if the big one comes out just as good, we're going to be alright. Oh, isn't that pretty, guys? Wow, look at that. Alright. Came out really good. Gotta clean my mold up a little bit afterwards, but nothing horrible. Gotta find some place to put it here out of the way. Alright, just gonna lay it right there for now. Okay, so let's turn our feathers over. Oh, look at that one. Isn't that pretty? So, we got this one here, which is the gold and the purple. And we got the gold and the purple. And then this one here, we've got the purple. And, what was the other color here? Papaya whip. And then we got the gold. Those are pretty, guys. Oh, wow. Okay. We're just going to pull these down a little bit here. These are going to come down here. Alright, so now we're going to take this part out. Oh, look at this, guys. Isn't this pretty? Okay, so this is your top up here. Very pretty. Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. Wow, wow, wow. Holy smokes, guys. I can't believe how pretty that is. Alright. So, best that I can tell, they had it like this in the picture. This attaches to here. And then these three attach to these three. Right here. This one attaches up here. This one here. This one up here. This one up here. No. I think this one was up here. One of these had just beads hanging off of them. And I want to say it was like this. Maybe this one had just beads. I thought in the picture, though, these two were over here, and there was one right here with beads, but it might be this one in the middle. Or it could just be this one. Anyway, one of them just had beads. So, that actually came out really good. The mold came out nice. Everything's nice and clean. I didn't have to trim nothing up. And you saw how I did it. I just poured the resin on it, and then I just took a scraper and went across the top of a popsicle stick and scraped the excess resin off. Of course, I poured way too much resin on it because I wanted to make sure I got it in every hole. And I did. Everything looks perfect. I couldn't be more happy when it comes to that. So, now comes the fun part. We're going to put it together. And what I'm going to do to make it easier, to make my life easier and yours, we're not going to do super long ones, but we're going to go through our loop. And then I have crimp beads here. Put a crimp bead on. We're going to crimp it. And we're going to cut them about the same length. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 to start with here. So we're going to do 1. There's going to be 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So now, we're just going to cut these. Pretty close to the same length. And then we're going to start out, get my little deals here. Let's see what color we're going to use. Let's do the black. Okay. So let's start at the one we know where it goes, the one in the center here. Okay. I'm going to put a crimp bead on right here. Get the inside of here. Oops. Alright. We're going to crimp it right here. Alright. Still not 100% cured because I just poured it this morning, but it's cured enough, it's going to work. Alright, now we have gold, kind of an orangey color. What color beads do we want to use? We got purple here. Let's do some purple beads on it. And maybe we'll do these and some purple. And let's do another purple. And do another yellow. Alright, so we did purple, yellow, purple, yellow. And we're going to do the same thing here. Put our crimp bead on. These crimp beads are so hard once they like nestle together. So they're like really hard to get apart. Alright. Again, we're going to put our cord in between here. Take our crimping tool and we're just going to crimp it shut. Here's what we got so far. Okay. Now, I guess I ought to get a couple of these crimp beads out. That way I don't have to keep fighting with them. There we go. There's 2. We need 4 right away here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now I'm going to do this one. And now that I know I have plenty here, I can give myself a little bit of extra to make it easier to work with. Gotta get that inside there and then crimp it shut. Okay. And again, we're going to do purple. Yellow. Purple. This is so pretty, guys. This is really neat. And a yellow. Okay, so then give ourselves a nice little tail here. We have plenty of room to put our crimp bead on. Got it in there. You can see when you get it in there. I like these crimp beads. These are big enough ones I can work with. There we go. Nice. Very cool, huh? There we go. I love it. It's gonna be so pretty. Alright, so now do the same thing over here. We're gonna push our little crimp bead on. Sometimes this suede's a little hard to get in here. I bought all this, I don't think it's real suede, but it's colored suede. I bought like bunches of it. There was all different rolls, and they had all different colors. And I bought a bunch of it back when I was doing beads and a lot of beading and jewelry. So I ended up with all these. Alright, so I'm going to yellow. purple. And yellow. And again, the same thing. And if you want to make them smaller, they show that you can actually just take this piece here and make like a smaller one to hang from like your car rearview mirror, or just a smaller one in general, because this one's pretty good size. Come on. Get a hold of it here. There we go. Alright, so that's done. I'll move these three out of the way because they'll be next. We'll move them out of the way here so we have a little bit more room to work. Alright. Cute. Okay, so I need two more. No, I need four more because I need two on each, one on each end of these other two over here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this around to make it easier to work on. Cute, huh? This is neat, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm sure you could play around with your length of your cords if you didn't want, if you wanted some to be longer than others. I'm just trying to do this for purposes here so you guys can see how to put it together, number one, and see a finished piece. Okay, just like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you guys on a hold. I'm going to finish these two, and then I'll come back and we'll do these three. I may even, I'll show you how to do one of them. And I mean, it's going to be the same process, same exact process of this. So I may go and put all of them on, and then just come back when we're done to save this being a really long video. So I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, it's put together. So this is hanging on my door. The only place I could find to hang it from. Turned out beautiful, guys. And of course, I could have made these longer, or these longer. You could adjust it how you want. But for a first try, I think she turned out pretty good. And it's pretty good size, guys. This is the top of my door right there. And it hangs almost down to the door handle. So probably half the door long. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, perfect time to do so. We make dream catchers to catch all the bad dreams. Oh. Alright guys, I hope everyone has a wonderful night, stays happy, healthy, and safe, and blessed. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. Bye.